Howdy, folks. I'm Bold Blackthorn, brazenly barbing busy bees.
I'm Amber.
And I am apparently a very mean flower if I'm barbing bees. That's terrible, Amber. I am not good.
No.
I am bad. Let's get started. It's a bad story day. It's not that bad. Alright, folks, and our first letter features a bad mom. Our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Leaving My Family on Mother's Day to Go Camping by Myself? I have a husband and 2 teenage sons. Every Mother's Day morning, they ask me what I want to do. They don't make any plans ahead of time, and then they expect me to come up with something last minute. It's not like I don't give them hints or suggestions ahead of time, they just don't seem to want to bother. On top of that, when they do go out with me, they complain the whole time and try to get home as fast as they can. Oftentimes, they complain about my selections to the point where I just choose something else to make them happy. Well, this past weekend, my husband asked me what I wanted to do for Mother's Day this year. I told him some of my ideas, such as hiking or pickleball. He proceeded to roll his eyes and say, "Great, there goes my weekend." That's it. I give up. If they don't care about spending time with me, then I don't care either. I decided to go do what I want to do, alone with my dog. I'm going to go camping so that I can go trail running and fishing, some of my favorite hobbies. I already reserved a spot at the state park 5 hours away from my home for Mother's Day. I'm going to go pack up and leave first thing in the morning. Oh, and I'm also buying myself my own gift, so I get exactly what I want. Last year, they gave me a thigh master. I told my youngest son about going camping solo, and he was very excited that he won't have to do anything this weekend. But then he told my husband my plans, and he got pretty angry at me. He shut down and has been giving me the silent treatment since, and stomping around the house and sulking. I can't help but feel that I am robbing them of their chance for Mother's Day by being dramatic or expecting too much. But my feelings have been hurt so many times by their carelessness, and I'm over it. I was thinking of telling them that they're welcome to go eat wherever they want at whatever restaurant that they want to on Mother's Day in my honor. But that seems to be the only part of the day that they like anyways. Am I the jerk for going off on my own on Mother's Day because I'm sick of my family acting like it's just some giant painful chore? Alright folks, what do you think of this one?
No, not the jerk. The audacity of these people. They can't set aside their pettiness for one day. Like, they're supposed to be celebrating you, showing gratitude to you. I'm sure you have done countless things that you don't want to do because they enjoy them.
Like changing a bunch of dirty diapers.
Yeah, and they can't just, go play pickleball or go on a hike for one day.
I think that it's really strange that they don't want to do anything at all and spend, or like, why even bother to ask your mother what they wanted to do if you're just going to ignore them and do what you want to do anyways? Just go and do what you want to do.
Well, and the worst thing is the husband too, because he's the ringleader of this all, and kids will pick up on their parents. Yeah, teenagers can be brats sometimes, and maybe they would have done this anyway. But the husband, he is a full-grown adult. He should be able to set aside, even if he doesn't love hiking or pickleball, he should be able to set aside his, disdain for those for one day and show an example for his sons of how you treat someone who has done so much for you.
Yeah. And I think that OP has every right to go and do the thing that they want to do. And it's clear that the rest of the family isn't invested in this anyways, right? Like, the son was actually happy. He's like, oh, this is great. I can't believe that I don't have to do anything for Mother's Day.
And the gift, the thigh master. I'm betting OP's husband picked that one out. And what kind of backhanded gift is that?
Here, hon, get into shape. And she sounds like she's actually probably
very active anyway.
Yeah, so I'm wondering what the husband's physical shape is. Maybe he got it for him to use. I don't know. Well, let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Successful Seaweed 385 says, "You are not the jerk. I'm sure you deserve some peace and quiet." And Maxim Tank 4125 says, "Being not the jerk, you absolutely deserve a tranquil moment to yourself. Take some time to unwind and recharge." And Japine says, "When your spouse asked you what you wanted to do, you responded with a suggestion. He then rolled his eyes. The only thing left to do is go ahead and just do whatever you want, whatever that may be. Take an amazing hike, set up a camp, and take in the quiet." And Mr. Hydra says, "Not the jerk. You should tell them this. Send them a link to your post or write a letter. They should know how they make you feel and the reason that you're going away. Sure, it won't be fun to drop that bomb on them, but it's way past time to bring them to reality. Your husband especially. He's old enough to know better. Husband is upset anyways. You may as well give him the news and let him brew over the weekend. Kids are probably just dumb. If you don't tell/show them what is expected or wanted, how are they supposed to know? Maybe they can figure it out, but are their parents really showing them that they should try? You're silent about it. Husband is modeling the opposite behavior altogether. Just blow stuff up and go camping.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a really important point, and there is a big issue. Like, these people are all showing a lack of empathy toward OP, and unfortunately, because of the way we kind of like force down emotions in boys and men, that's actually a big problem that where a lot of men lack empathy for women, and like it's important that they feel things while they're still capable of like learning that empathy. The son in particular, the husband might be a lost cause, although he really should feel bad for what he's doing because it's despicable the way he's treating OP. But the sons, they still can learn, hopefully, and realize they've been mistreating their mom and that it hurts her when they act like she's just some giant nuisance to them.
Yeah, and I mean, I think in this particular case, maybe family therapy is probably a good place to start. Maybe there's a lot of other things to unpack here. It sounds like they're not operating like a family, and maybe that would be a good place to start to maybe mend some wounds. All right, folks, and our next letter is an update. Update. I'm a 38-year-old female and my husband is a 39-year-old male. He hid having lunch with a coworker, a 25-year-old female, and said that my cooking was tasteless. What should I do? And this one we read the other day, it's pretty much what the title says. I'm back and it's not a great update, but you all deserve one for all the advice that you gave me on my last post. He confirmed that he developed a crush on her, and it's an emotional affair at least, and that's all I really needed to hear. I sat down with him and had a heart-to-heart with him. Bottom line are these points. If I hadn't heard what he said, he most likely would have continued flirting with her. He admitted this himself. He liked the attention. She had bad-mouthed me previously. I didn't ask for examples, and he didn't shut it down because he liked it. She has actively been pursuing him for over 3 months now, and he hadn't put a stop to it until I caught him. The Saturday before last, she offered to give him an intimate favor during lunch. He declined, but he told her that he let her feel his muscles over his clothes. The only reason he said all of this was because I was all sweet and I said, I promise, tell me the full truth and we can move on. I'll forgive you. I just want to know. Right. He's packing his bags. This is my house and it will be treated as such. I really don't care anymore. If he seriously deluded himself into thinking that this is going to last, he can just go on. I'm genuinely so angry more than anything. I did everything for him. I made double what he does, so I pay all the bills, while we used his money for fun stuff. When we met, he had crippling CPTSD and body dysmorphia. I did everything to help him get over it. I dealt with his night terrors every night, despite ruining my sleep. I reassured him constantly, despite not getting it back. All of this without a complaint. You love someone so much just for them, just to throw it away so easily. He cried, he had a panic attack that I calmed him down from, and he is now taking his time packing. He kept stopping to come over to the living room to ask for a hug. I can't even express how disgusted I feel. Like I physically can't look at him anymore. There was no need. If he was unhappy, he should have just told me. I don't know why he would feel the need to get some validation from this girl, but sure, whatever. He keeps saying that he doesn't know why he did it, but of course he knows. He's just too much of a coward to tell me. Well, whatever, it's done now. He's leaving. His family is back in Germany, so who knows who he'll be staying with. Probably her, but I'm washing my hands of him. Thank you all for the advice that you gave me on the last post. So many great ideas that I didn't end up even needing because he just downright admitted it all to me. Alright folks, what do you think of that update?
Well, I'm really sorry, OP, that he turned out to be such a garbage person. But, good riddance to bad rubbish, I guess.
Well, and I think there's an important lesson here. I think that if he started feeling insecurity, he started feeling like he, was enjoying this extra attention and whatnot, that maybe that would have been a good time to look into therapy and kind of talk out these feelings if he didn't feel comfortable with talking to OP about it. Or maybe even talking to OP about these feelings and being like, I don't know why, blah, 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 right? Instead of engaging in an emotional affair. So I really think that he made a lot of bad decisions that kind of accumulated into him being caught here.
Yeah, well, and he was just taking OP for granted. And unfortunately, that's a very common thing you see in these relationships, where one partner does a lot for the other one and they're always kind of taken for granted. And then it ends up in the ultimate act of betrayal.
Yeah. So I really do feel bad for OP. I think that the husband, he has a lot of troubles. I think that maybe he was doing this because, like, if he had body dysmorphia before and then suddenly now this hot young girl is paying attention to him and, like, complimenting him and stuff like that, maybe he felt like being pursued was, like, desirable. And
Right.
so...
It's an ego boost at a minimum, but, like, you have to be, treat your partner better than this. Don't step out on them.
But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber has a Mother's Day joke.
Oh, I didn't realize I was supposed to have a Mother's Day one. Why? Oh, it does have a mom in it, though. Brother, why did Mom give us this for lunch? I hate cheese with holes. Sister, just eat the cheese and leave the holes on the side of your plate.
There you go, folks. There you go. Happy Mother's Day. It was a Mother's Day joke. If you give a sandwich to a bratty child, they'll just complain about it the entire time. Or a bratty husband. And I have Earl Grey. Alright, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy special Sunday, folks. I can't believe it. It's Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, and you know what makes it special? All the mothers out there. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance. And please have it in the form of a haiku.
Mistreat those you love and don't be surprised when they go away from you.
I like that. I like that a lot. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
I have a husband and teenage sons. Teenage sons. That's how you say two teenage sons. Now it's 4 teenage sons. The Saturday before last, she offered to give him an intimate favor during lunch. He declined, but he told me that he let her feel his mustache over his clothes.
Muscles.
Oh, muscles. Mustache.
I like that one better.
I was wondering how that was working. I was like, mustache over clothes.
He wears a mask. Oh.
We are all robbing banks together.
Yes. Bonnie and Clyde.